You're watching Newsfeed AM. A very good morning to you if you're just joining us. Well, the sale of alcohol will be permitted from today at 10 a.m. This is a relief for the industry after weeks of closure. Newzroom Africa's Zikhona Tshona talking to business owners in the industry, and she joins us now. Zikhona, tell us exactly where you are and, importantly, the feeling of the business owners who've not only suffered losses because of the closure due to COVID-19, but also the unrest, some of the outlets being looted.
Actually, we are at Carpet House Tavern here in Alexandra Township, and this business has just received its delivery a short while ago this morning. The owner saying that there's an app that business owners can order their stock so that it arrives on time. And now, as you've mentioned, this is a relief for the alcohol industry, given that they've been closed for weeks, and that, of course, does affect jobs, and jobs means it affects livelihoods. But to speak to me more about the effects of what we've seen also playing out in recent weeks, as you've seen, Alexandra Township was not spared from the unrest that we saw playing out in Gauteng as well as KwaZulu-Natal. Joining me is Angela Morgan, who is the owner of Carpet House, just to talk to us about how your business has suffered as a result of this pandemic.
We've suffered a lot here during this lockdown. We couldn't trade. It was really difficult for us because we just had to sit at home doing nothing. As I'm the owner and I've employed 5 guys of mine, it also had a great effect on them because they had to feed their families. So I had to dig out extra money from my own float of the business, which is not a good thing because now I have to borrow some money to be able to fill up my stock. So that was a really great loss for me because with my employers I had to think for them. So it was really difficult, and especially myself as well. I've also got a family to feed, a family of 6 at home. Children have to go to school, I have to pay colleges, I have to pay my rent, everything. It was a problem for me. So it was a real big loss for me.
So you've had to take a loan?
Yes.
And what are your plans now going forward?
My plans now going forward, now I have to replace the money because I borrowed from some family member of mine. So now I have to first work and then replace the money. So that's a problem for me, yes.
Now we saw the unrest playing out not so far from your business, and you've said to me, fortunately, your spared neighbors were able to come out and rescue you. How is this going to affect your business going forward? Because now there's a mall that's closed. It means the customers won't be flowing as frequently as they would.
Yeah, it's really affected us because now at the moment most of the shops here at the mall is closed, especially the people from SASA. They always come here because they feel safe here. When they buy their groceries, they come here and support me. And the supermarkets, when people buy here, they come here. So for us now at the moment, it's going to be a big problem. The business is going to be really slow, especially with what happened with this looting business. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. So that is Angela Morgan, who is the owner of Carpet House Tavern here in Alexandra Township, just giving us some painful details about how he's now had to go into debt to rescue his business because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, with the owner comes employees. Budi, ndiphilile bhuti wami, khanichazele wena likuphethe njani yonke le nto babekuvaliwe.
Isokola vele because basically singenzi next, so azange sifuna ukuthola something kule 1 month yokusihleli kuyona.
Yeah. Benisenza njani ke ukubusenza njani?
Bisihlezi nje sivuka sisoclean senza ikho ngathi siyenza.
And for you, sir, how has it been?
It was quite difficult because as the son of Angela Morgan, I also have kids, and it was really difficult for me to support them, and then with the violence and the looting. So me and Bennett, as we are staying here, so we had the advantage to look after my father's place. So from there on, both of us, we also struggled. So I'm happy to be back at work so I can support my kids and so they can go back to school.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for having your time with me. Clearly, just those details there, a business owner saying that he's had to borrow money in order to make sure that his business survives beyond this pandemic, and employees saying it's been tough. They haven't been able to get the income that they would usually get, and they have children to feed. They're also supporting households. So certainly this reopening of the sale of alcohol has been welcomed by those in the sector.